So before we get into this video, I have to premise this by saying the reason this topic has become so popular in the past year or so is because of the looksmaxing trend. It has formed an entire generation of guys and girls that constantly just want to look better, right? And on the surface, that does not sound bad, but they are chasing it to an unhealthy extent. And they reach a point where they only think in their heads, I gotta get surgery. I gotta get surgery. And that becomes their cope. It's just like, oh no, I'm not ugly. I just gotta wait till I get surgery. Oh no, I can't get any better. I just gotta wait till I get surgery. That's the biggest cope ever. To think that you can't improve at all and you reach the natural genetic limit of your entire bloodline in a span of 16 years. Everyone can improve. Everyone can get better. Doubt can't. What do those words even mean? Today's topic of discussion is models, specifically modeling. So simply put, a model is anyone that's employed to pose for art or clothes or designer or anything like that. But one thing we have to go over in this video is all the different types of models. But there's so many different types of models to name that it would be a super long video. So I'm gonna narrow it down to the 4 most important categories of models. So the first 2 subgroups I want to talk about when it comes to models is commercial models and editorial models, because they're very similar but just at very different levels. So commercial models, they can appear in Instagram ads, magazines, etc., etc. You can see these people just holding products or wearing certain clothes, but they're never of high level designer. That is where editorial models are. Editorial models are who you see in Vogue, who you see in Victoria's Secret magazines. Whenever you see a very popular magazine and the focus is looks, then you have an editorial model in front of you. The next category of models I'm going to talk about is fitness models. And the reason this category is interesting is because a lot of athletes end up going through their entire careers only to then get recruited as a fitness model because of their past accolades and achievements. And also maybe even because of their current physique on top of all the fame and fortune they have accrued. Examples of this could just be college level athletes that end up going to a really big name D1 school. They become very popular and very well known, and they end up becoming fitness models for high name brands like Nike or Adidas or Reebok, any of these sport brands that take on any type of fitness model. Now, last but obviously probably most important and most impactful is catwalk/runway models. So male catwalk models average between the height of 6 foot and 6'2". And the reason I'm going to start naming the specifications and all these minimums and all these maximums is because catwalk/runway modeling is probably the hardest type of modeling to get into, because there are so many prerequisites that are very hard to change, if not impossible to change. So to continue on what I was saying before, the average male model on the runway averages about 6 foot to 6'3" at the tallest. You have a lot of guys that are 6'4" and well known, and I know they're gonna spam the comments up with those 6'4" guys. Yes, but the exception doesn't make the rule. The average height is 6 foot through 6'3". And for the female runway models, that average height is 5'9" through 6 foot. So you will find a lot more men in that height range when it comes to supermodels, when it comes to catwalks, when it comes to runway, when, what I'm saying? In the modeling industry, it's very hard to reach those standards. For good reason. It's not an industry that every single person should be in, nor wants to be in. But obviously, if you aren't trying to be on a runway, then the other types of models that I specified in the beginning of the video, those types of models don't have any height requirements. You just have to look the part. And when it comes to modeling, the most important factor, regardless of your race, regardless of your height, if anything, in my personal opinion, I think it's the eye area. I think if you see someone with a really good eye area, it really does overpower the rest of their face. You could have an extremely good jawline, extremely good nose area, but if your eye area is cooked, you notice that it takes so much precedent over the rest of your face. And I think that's probably what the modeling industry in 2025 has been looking for the future models, just eye areas, because I feel like every single other metric can somewhat be changed on a bad day. You know, if that person didn't cut correctly, their jawline's not going to look as full. If that person, I don't know, is balding, their corners are going to start going, and then they won't be able to grow hair as full, etc., etc. I feel like the eye area, with age, the hooding here just gets more and more prevalent. And in modeling, it's actually favored to have minimal to no upper eyelid exposure. So a lot of people end up hitting those model standards later in life just because of like natural aging, because of the natural fat being lost from your face, because the natural bones just starting to appear more. Thanks everyone for watching. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. We're on the way to 1,000 subscribers. Thanks everyone for watching.